We now live in a Google Analytics 4 world. There are fundamental differences between GA4 and Universal Analytics and many reasons why they can't be compared. So before you panic about your data, here are some areas that you can check to help understand the reporting and make decisions that are best for your business.
One of the biggest differences between Universal Analytics and GA4 is that Universal Analytics is completely hit-based, whereas GA4 is all event-based. Based on that, and what we are familiar with Universal Analytics, is that everything has a category, action, and label as its own hit type. In GA4, all of those are going to be separate event types. Those event counts are going to be what's summarized within a lot of the reporting within GA4. So before, we were used to the total events incrementing based off of the category, action, and label, whereas with GA4, all of our events are going to be all summarized in all of the reporting that we can then segment based on the event type that we choose within GA4 or as a default event that's already baked into GA4. While GA4 has a lot of default events, as well as advanced events that are already baked in, we can set the parameters based on those events that are already a part of GA4 and make sure that those dimensions and parameters line up with what we want to count as an event. One of the areas that we want to look at when looking at our Universal Analytics account versus our GA4 account is going to be our attribution settings. By default, the reporting attribution model in GA4 is data-driven, whereas in Universal Analytics, it's last click. We don't recommend using last click within GA4 because one of the biggest advantages of GA4 is to know and understand which mediums are impacting the bottom line of your business. And in order to do that, your reporting should be data-driven. However, it's important to look at this type of setting to understand that the reporting within GA4 is data-driven versus UA where it's last click. This is going to change the data that you see when you're looking at Universal Analytics versus GA4. Another area that you want to look at within GA4 is going to be your conversion window. By default, the conversion window for GA4 is 30 days for your acquisition conversion events and 90 days for all other conversion events. In Universal Analytics, the conversion window is 6 months. So you could see quite a difference there depending on the conversion window that you're looking at. Another difference between GA4 and Universal Analytics is the way that they count conversions. By default, Google Analytics 4 counts conversions by event, whereas Universal Analytics counts conversions by session. However, we can change our counting method by going to Admin, Conversions, and selecting the 3 dots on the right of any of our conversion events and selecting Change Counting Method. Inside of here, we can choose which way that we want to count conversions. Again, by default, it's once per event by GA4, but we can switch that to once per session to match what we see in Universal Analytics. Another common reason why you may not see the data line up exactly as you do within UA and GA4 is that your referral exclusions haven't been set up yet. Make sure to set up your referral exclusions inside of GA4, and you can do that by going down to the bottom, hitting Admin, going to Data Streams, select your data stream, scroll down, go to Configures Tag Settings, click Show All under Settings, scroll down, and go to List Unwanted Referrals. You want to add all of the referrals that you're currently implementing within Universal Analytics in this section. Make sure to choose your match type, your domain, and then add a new one on the bottom left under Add Condition. Once you're done, hit Save and your referrals will be saved. Another common reason why you'll see differences within your users on Universal Analytics versus GA4 is that GA4 automatically filters out bot traffic and spam traffic. Whereas within Universal Analytics, this was a setting that you manually had to toggle within the UI. To find that toggle within the Universal Analytics UI, you'll want to go to View Settings. And there's a bot filtering area here that you'll want to check mark to exclude all hits from known bots and spiders. If this wasn't set up previously, then you were previously allowing bots and spiders to inflate some numbers aside of analytics, And those numbers may be reduced within GA4 because GA4 automatically excludes those known bots and spiders from reporting. Another major feature of Google Analytics 4 is that it models conversions. What that means is that the attributed conversion data for each channel can still be updated for up to 7 days after the conversion is recorded. We recommend, based on that, to look at the week prior instead of the previous week when looking at conversion data to get the full picture. What that means here is I would actually recommend, instead of looking at the previous week, looking at the week prior. So that would mean the 26th through the 3rd instead of the 4th through the 10th to get complete data based on all channels in GA4. In GA4, Google uses modeling to estimate online conversions that can't be observed directly. As we all know, privacy concerns, operating systems such as iOS 14 Plus, among other cookie banners and other privacy things, all affect the data that we retain. This modeling allows for accurate conversion attribution without identifying users. The included modeled conversions allow Google to offer more accurate reporting, optimized advertising campaigns, and improve automated bidding. Based on this, what we want to do is look at the previous 7 days from the last 7 days to make sure that we're looking at all of the channels appropriately after all of that modeling is completed. Google takes up to 7 days to complete their modeling when a conversion happens.
If you're having issues with GA4, let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.